Good morning, welcome to day 3 of the Nail Your Epic Life Challenge. I'm Jo Tompkins, hopefully you all know me by now. Right, just want to make sure that everything's working, that people can see me again today. Happy Wednesday, happy day 3. I can't believe we're already here. It's been crazy quick. Right, I'm just checking on my laptop to make sure that it's all working. If you are just joining me, please come and say hi in the comments. What should we share today? I would love to know, actually, come and share with me in the comments how your setup is. So do you work from home? Do you work mobile? Do you work in a salon? Do you rent a space somewhere? Or are you not started yet? I'd love to know. Come and let me know. Hi Amy, how are you doing? Hi Nicola. Hi Tamerlyn, lovely to have you here. We'll just give it a couple of minutes before we actually get going with the training. Let me just have a sip of my drink as well before we start. Again, absolutely blown away by all the feedback and homework that's being done. Like, makes me very, very happy because there are, I'm thinking about the other day, maybe, I don't know, there's got to have been maybe 200 hours that go into doing this challenge amongst all of us, because it's not just me, it's like a whole team effort here. We have Pat watching again today. We have Kayla Middleton, who is one of the Nail Business Success Club client success coaches. She's going to be watching today, helping to answer any questions and things that you have along the way. So hi ladies. Hi to everyone who's just joining. Nicola says, I now have my home salon in the garden. Amazing. Leanne's got a garden cabin. How are you doing, Leanne? I saw your homework yesterday, very good. Hi Andrea, working from home. Hi Shaz, how are you doing? Hello Birdie's Beauty Room, lovely to have you here. Right, all of those that are just joining, please come and say hi. We'll just give it another minute or so before we get going. I'm just gonna make sure, yeah, everyone can hear me, see me, that's amazing. Haven't had my smoothie yet, but I have got it here with me. And it's very thick this morning. Probably just needs a little bit more of a mix up. Still, it's healthy for you. Tamerlyn, I've just finished my course and just looking to go mobile. Amazing. I loved working mobile. Like, the freedom of it was just amazing. I know not everyone loves it. Hi, Sarah. Okay. Just gone mobile. Eek. Amazing. Right. Let's get going. It has been amazing the last 2 days. We are now halfway through, only halfway through, so we still have tons more to go with. And I know everyone's just been taking so much action. I've been seeing people raising their prices. I've been seeing people getting clients coming in, which is absolutely incredible and goes to show what you can achieve when you have the right attitude. Because it's all down to attitude, right? Isn't it? All down to attitude, as we've been finding. And just changing our state and being with me this week, showing up for the challenge. Like, well done to all of you that are here on day 3. Like, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on replay, carry on answering all the questions that I'm asking throughout, because the more you get involved, the more you're going to get from it and the more focused you're going to stay. And it is incredible, because all of you that are still here on day 3, it just shows how much you really, really want this and how committed you are, and that you've actually stayed committed to something as well, which is going to give you that confidence lift that you probably needed as well. Why does it keeps asking me to join whenever I type a message? I don't know, Louise. Facebook likes to drive us crazy sometimes. Okay, so homework's been great that everyone's been handing in. Massive well done to everyone who's doing that so far. Just a couple of bits. If you do your homework every day for the 4 days and you watch all the live trainings, next Friday morning, I'm going to pop a post up and you need to comment on that to tell me that you've done them all. And then everyone that has, and then it gives people a chance to catch up who haven't fully managed to keep up to date like this week. Everyone who's done that and who comments, they will go into a prize draw, and then we will draw that on Friday morning, next Friday, and you'll be in with a chance of winning a free one-to-one with me, which to some of you might be like, oh my God, yeah, I really want that. And I was like, I don't really know what that does. Like, just so that you know, that itself can completely transform your life and business. And I'm not being big-headed about myself. It's about the fact that you have coaching. And when you have a one-to-one coaching with someone, it can really bring out the best in you, and really, like, we're having that time to deep dive on your business. It can make such a difference. Like, I was just reading some, like, one of the things that I do to make myself feel good in the morning, like, because I know we were talking about rituals yesterday, is I'll read things that make me feel positive. So if I've got lots of good reviews about, for example, the Nail Business Success Club, or in here, like, I'll read them because I know that they're going to make me feel confident, and then I'm going to be able to do a better training for you all. And I was reading one from Amy Alice that she popped up into the Nail Business Success Club Facebook group just this week, like a few days ago. I think maybe it was Monday. And she basically was saying that she had this banner that she had made. So Amy works in a salon on a high street, so she rents a space there. And she had a one-to-one with me. So she joined the Nail Business Success Club. She had a one-to-one with me, and she says it literally transformed her life and her business. And she's gone from, she wasn't particularly struggling at all. Like, she had clients booked in, but she obviously wanted to be busier and she wanted to make more money. And she'd got this banner made, and when we had this one-to-one, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get this banner made, like, I'm gonna put it up on the high street and see if that can bring some more clients in. Anyway, we're talking like 3 months later now, and she never ever got round to putting that banner up. And she said in this comment, or this post that she put into the Nail Business Success Club the other day, she's like, oh, you know, it's really sad, but I've put this banner has been behind me all the way, literally, as in like behind her nail desk, because she never got it out. She never put that banner up because she just got too busy after she had that one-to-one with me. And she's like fully booked all the time. She can't fit everyone in. She's raised her prices. Like, she's doing fabulously. And she honestly will say, like, that's off the back of that one-to-one. So I know, and I know because we've done so many of them now with people, that they can make such a difference. So it really is worth sticking with the challenge and doing the homework and then entering the competition. There's a couple of other things that we've got going on this week. So as well as this challenge, which obviously is amazing in itself, hopefully you will agree, we have an interview tonight with a lady called Becky Cross. Now, Becky Cross runs an at-home beauty business. She's got a 3-year-old, she's a single mum, and she is smashing it. She came and joined the Nail Business Success Club in our last launch, which was in July, and it's just been incredible for her. Like, she has literally transformed, like, her life. Like, she says, like, I just can't owe it more to the Nail Business Success Club to come and doing this challenge with you, because she basically went from being in debt, struggling to like make enough money to get by, and now she's able to do incredible things, like, you know, for her. And this is the thing, this is what I'm saying, you know, when I talk about our epic life, like, and how it's individual for each of us. She's like, you know, the fact that I've been able to pay like 90% of my debts off now, and the fact that I am like able to like treat my son to things, and we're able to get a takeaway together and do all the things that she wasn't able to do before. And she's doing a business at home with her son there. I think he's 3 or 4. So she's got a young child at home. She's a single mom, and she's doing that. And if she's able to do that, and she's able to pay those debts off, make the money she needs to, like, that is absolutely incredible. And if she can do it, you can too. And so we've got an Inspire series. So we do something called Inspire Series interviews. We've got 4 coming up over the next week. And the first one is with her this evening at 8 p.m. It's going to be held right here in the Nail Tech Tribe Facebook group as well. Please come and let me know in the comments if you're going to come and watch that with us. I would love to see as many of you on there as possible, because it really is, like, as we found out this week, like, when you get inspired and motivated, you are going to take more action. And so you want to stay in that frame of mind for as long as possible. And the more inspiration that you take from people, and the more, you know, we were talking about the other day about hanging around with people, the right types of people. She is someone that you want to hang around with. Like, she is doing it. She is making it work for her. And, you know, when you see people doing that, and you know, because I know a lot of people think, oh, well, you know, I've got my own unique set of circumstances that mean that it's not possible for me, or that it's harder for me. But it's about it's about thinking that whatever the circumstances that you are in, whatever the circumstances that you have, it doesn't matter. Like, you can do it despite of those, and you can move forward. It doesn't matter. They're there, you've got them, there's nothing you can do about it, but you're gonna make that effort anyway, and that you're gonna move forward and make a difference to your life and to your business. So we've got that coming up. At the end of this training today, I'm opening the doors to the Nail Business Success Club. So at the end of the training, I'm going to be going through who it's for, And for those of you that want to continue working with me and you've enjoyed this challenge and you want to continue working with me and making a difference to your business, to your life, and finding out, we have something called the client magnetization method in the Nail Business Success Club, which is basically the method that we teach, which is like a step-by-step method basically in order to get to 3 to 5K months and beyond. Like, we have nail techs in the Nail Business Success Club now that are able to turn over £5,500 a month from their at-home beauty businesses from working mobile, and they are no different to any of you. It's just they have access to all of the information that they need. And as we know from this week, it's not just about the information and the strategies, but also getting that mindset, the coaching. Because my journey to get to where I am right now and to get to being that award-winning nail technician, when I went from, late 20s, being in a job that I'd hated, it was horrific. I used to go outside in my 25-minute lunch break because it was a very, very strict company. And I used to go outside and ring my husband and cry because I was just felt so trapped there. And luckily I managed to find my way out and start my own business. But if I had tried to do it all alone and I hadn't signed up for courses and invested in myself and learned more and implemented it into my business, I definitely wouldn't be where I am now. And it would have taken me a lot longer to get there. I see some nail technicians that are watching this right now that have been going under a year and they are having so much success and they are getting fully booked and they're where they want to be. And then there are others that are 5 years in and they're still not where they want to be. And it's you don't have to do it all yourself, is what I want to say is that I didn't do it all myself. I wasn't born with this information. I wasn't born with this positive, fearless attitude. I've got there because I got coaching from people. I invested in myself. I joined courses. Once I had French and Drench, I trained with C&D Shellac, which I absolutely loved. My educator was Anna Lee at Sweet Squared, and that's at the Creative Academy in London. And I wonder if I hadn't gone to her, whether I would be sitting here now. And I don't think I would, because she has a way of making you feel more confident and making you feel like you are going to take that step in the right direction and actually start your business and actually start doing it. Because for the first few months, I wasn't charging. I was just I was practicing and I still didn't think I was good enough. And I basically I just wasn't making any money from it, obviously, because I wasn't charging anything. And it wasn't until I reinvested and went back to do some more nails, skill building classes with her after my initial courses that I'd done. So I'd done shellac beginners, manicure, spa manicure and spa pedicure. And it wasn't until I went back and did the skill building ones. She's like, well, you're not charging yet. No. Or you need to start charging, you need to start doing this. You are good enough, Joe. You are good enough and you can go and do this. If I had not invested in myself to do that skill building course, she wouldn't have pushed me to do it, and I might never have got it off the ground. And I've had not millions, that's a very big exaggeration, but I've had a handful of conversations with nail technicians over the last few weeks, over on email and Messenger, from people that are like, yeah, I trained last year, and then it's normally I've been busy or COVID or whatever the reasons are that they haven't got going, and they haven't got going yet. But what it normally comes down to is fear and not prioritizing the time to train, or not prioritizing the thing to actually get it going. And it normally comes down to us fearing, we blame it on time, we blame it on the kids, we blame it on COVID and all the other things that we have going on. But there are nail techs here that have children, that are single mums, that have no money either, that have actually got themselves going. And so if it is, like we said, if it's possible for them, why is it not possible for you? You can go and do that right now. And the thing is that once I'd started charging and I started trying to grow my business, it didn't kick off for me straight away either. Just like many of you, it was I had some clients and I had my website set up and I had my branding and I had things in place, but it wasn't growing as quickly as I wanted it to. And I used to pretend that I was busy, and if clients came in, I'd kind of gloss over the fact that they might be the only person in that day. But I didn't want it to be like that. And I didn't want to wait. Like I was saying to you yesterday, my bugbear is these people that spend that tell you it's going to take you 2 or 3 years to grow your nail business. By the time my business was 2 or 3 years old, I was an award-winning nail technician with other nail techs working for me. And when it was just me, I was completely fully booked all the time. I couldn't fit everyone in, and I had 2 young children. And so it wasn't the fact, it doesn't have to take you 2 to 3 years to grow your business if you're willing to invest in it to speed it up. So like I invested in something, there's a lady called Carissa Hill, who's over in Australia, and she really, really inspired me. And I looked at her courses, and she basically she did own a beauty business. She had a great niche. I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow. And she'd done that, and she'd grown that really well. And then she started this course. It was a lot more expensive than the Nail Business Success Club, like 10 times the amount. And I was very, very scared to invest in it. And it felt like it was a little bit too good to be true, what she was trying to sell. And I was like, oh, I don't really know this person. But anyway, I decided to think with my abundance mindset. It was like, no, I trust myself to do this. I want this. And I went for it. And it was like a 1-year course. And honestly, just within the first couple of months of doing that, my business took off and I was so busy. And it was because I had learned so much more about marketing, even though I already had a marketing degree, because that was what it was focused around. But also it was the mindset that I was getting from it. And like I was saying on Monday, I think, about hanging around with the right people. Like I was now hanging around virtually, but also getting Zoom calls with people that were turning over like 10, 20 grand a year in their businesses. How do you think that like makes you, like, how does that rub off on you? Like that was amazing for me. And that's what started my journey. And that's why I love so much, and why I will bang on about it. And I'm so passionate about people investing in themselves, because I have found that every time I invest in myself, I get that back like 10 times or more. And every time I invest in myself, my mind seems to get more positive, and better things tend to happen to us when we are thinking positive. Like everyone notices it, right? Like when you're feeling negative, more bad things start happen. When you're feeling positive, abundant, hanging around with right people, all the great things happen. And even now I have a coach. So even though now I don't run my nail business, and I have the Nail Business Success Club and the Nail Tech Tribe Facebook group, I still have my own coach. I've been using the same coach now for 2 years, and she's got me to new levels. And she's got me having the confidence to do this type of thing for you guys. So I massively, massively feel like coaching and getting support in your business is not like something that you just do when you have the money to do it, because trust me, no one has the money to do these things. Like it's about trusting in yourself that this investment is going to be worthwhile and going for it. And like I was saying the other day as well, like that very first £200 that I spent on my business, where I had to buy my Zuka case to take my stuff around mobile. When you do things for yourself and when you invest in yourself like that, then that suddenly makes you feel like it literally, as soon as you sign up for something, there's something that goes off in your brain that's like, I trusted myself to do it. And then you are going to take more action, because it's different. When you do something free to when you invest in something, it's different. Because when you invest in something, you are telling yourself that you are better, that you trust yourself to do it, and you are more likely to put the work in. That's why with this free challenge, there was like 950 people signed up and there were only 64 people watching, because it's free. So we don't always value it. And just like with your nails, this is, it comes back to this as well. When you charge more, you get people that value you more. You get people that want to look after their nails more, that value what it is that they're done. When they spend £5-10 on a set of nails, they don't care if they don't last. It's the same thing. Okay, so I want to go into selling, because let me just have a little sip of my water. I was going to take some of my smoothie, but it's gone way too thick, so I need to whiz it up again before I drink now. Hi everyone, by the way. Wow, that was really geeky of me. Hi. Okay, so I want to talk about selling is service today. That's going to be the training that we're going to be doing today. One of the biggest strategy reasons, so not the mindset stuff, but one of the biggest strategy reasons why most nail techs are not fully booked is because they are trying to run their business without ever selling anything. We want people, and please come and let me know now I want to hear in the comments, how do you feel when I start talking about selling? What comes up for you? What feelings come up for you? Are you like, oh God, no, this isn't me. I don't like selling. Like, come and share with me in the comments in a couple of words, how do you feel when I bring up the word selling and that you've got to be doing some selling? Also awkward, yes, Tracy, that's a very common one. You want people, let me know if this is you, that you want people to just magically find you and book in with you without you really having to push very much at all, and without you, because it feels uncomfortable, it feels icky, and so you just don't do it. Scared that I'm not good enough to sell. Yeah, Leanne's like, yeah, the pressure. Keep them coming. Andrea said, I'm not very confident even if I worked in sales for years. Yeah, I worry about overselling or over posting. Lauren Bailey. Lauren, I'm glad you're watching today. I have you in my examples here today. Lauren, we're interviewing as well later on in the week. So Lauren just said that she felt uncomfortable before she joined the MBSC and now she loves it. Helen said, nervous, just starting out, so I have no clue. How? Aniko said, this is what comes to mind. I feel pushy and also pressured. Okay, so we're going to be talking about all of these today because this is something, again, that's holding people back. This is what is stopping you from getting clients into your business. Now, this might be that you are brand new at this and you've never even really had to do any sales before. It might be that you have been going for 5 years and you do have a number of clients, but you're not fully booked, you're not where you want to be, or you're not making as much money as you want to be. And Tracy, that's a good one as well. I hate being pushy, not great. I don't even like asking for payment. Yeah, embarrassed. Now, these things do come back to your money stories again. Tanya, I need to learn how to without feeling like I'm putting pressure up to the client's call. So this is going to help you today. This training that we're going to be doing today is going to really, really help you with this. So, what am I going to talk about first? I'm going to talk about this first. So I want to go through some of the thoughts that we have around selling and what the actual my truth is, and that what can help if you change your way of thinking around it, that you're not going to feel so icky doing it anymore. So the fact that, so some people are like, I know there's been some comments here. So yeah, it's going to annoy my clients. I get this one a lot. So they feel like they can't really post very much on Facebook or Instagram. It's going to annoy their clients if they advertise too much. If we ask for too much money in the appointment, our clients, are going to get annoyed. If we ask for the rebook, they're going to get annoyed. If we try and sell them any retail in the appointment, they're going to get annoyed. The thing is it's not going to annoy your clients. It really, really isn't. People want to buy stuff. People like spending money and they want to feel good about themselves. We know that people want to have their nails done, that they want to have beauty treatments, and it's okay for us to advertise to them. It's okay for us to sell, and it is not going to be annoying to people. This is probably they're all pretty big, the ones we're going to be talking about today. It's 4 that I'm going to go through right now. But this is so what is holding people back, is that they think they're going to annoy people. You are not going to annoy anyone. The only people that might get a bit upset are those that don't want to see your stuff anyway and that are never, ever going to book in. You'll find, and you'll probably know this, anyone who has got clients already, that you have a certain number of people, normally your loyal clients, that always like your stuff, always comment on your stuff that you do, and they love seeing your stuff. And even if they don't comment and like on it, when you go to the appointment, they're like, oh, I love that set of nails that you did, or I saw your live you did the other day. Like, the people that want to see your stuff will see more of it, and the people that don't like your stuff anyway, Facebook, Instagram, the algorithms, they're not showing that stuff to you. And if you think about the things, say for example, it is that you want a car, right? You want to buy a new car, and there's a specific car that you maybe want, or maybe, let's go with the car example. Maybe there's like a really nice red car that you want. When you want it, you start seeing it everywhere, right? Because you're I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a conscious thing or unconscious thing in your eyes and your brain that picks out the things that you want, and you see more of it. When you don't see it. This is like, it's like a weird thing, right? Like when you want something, you start seeing adverts for it everywhere, or when, and then other times you're like, well, I've never even heard of this before. It's like, when someone tells you something for the first time, or finds out about something, and then about 3 or 4 other people tell you about it as well, and you're like, I never heard of that before. Why am I suddenly hearing about it all the time? And it's that thing, and that it happens with your advertising and things as well. Like, it's okay for you to put yourself out there. There's this big misconception and myth that we as local business owners, that it's not okay for us to advertise. Why is it okay for every business on the planet to advertise except for us? It's not. It's exactly the same as for us as well. We are allowed to advertise. We are allowed to put ourselves out there. We are allowed to market our services to our clients and to potential clients. And like I've been telling you all week, the more marketing you do and the more you learn about marketing, the more bookings you are going to get. And so if you are currently sitting there right now, you're like, oh, well, I only post a couple of times a week, or I only do like marketing like for maybe half an hour a week because I don't want to annoy my clients. I'm not that type of person. Like, if you don't want to market and you don't want to sell, then you should probably go and get a job as a nail technician for someone else, because as part of your job as a beauty or nail business owner, it's not okay to only just do the nails. Like, there are very, very few nail technicians that can just do the nails, no marketing, and get fully booked in today's market. If you'd started 25 years ago, different story. But in today, it is much harder to get clients because the market is so saturated. And so if you want to get fully booked, if you want to live that epic life, if you want to earn that 3 to 5K a month, then you have to do things differently to what most other nail technicians are doing, which is barely anything at all. They're not putting themselves out there as much as they need to. It's okay. You are not going to annoy people by posting on your page. And people need to have a number of touch points with you. And if you only post once a week or when you feel like it, you might post regularly, you might be inconsistent. There's a lot of people that are inconsistent. They do posting for a week and then they don't do anything for 3 weeks. And then then they get back on it again and then do it for a week. It's not gonna have the impact that you want when you do it like that. And you are not gonna annoy people. So please do not worry about that. Okay, so the second part is that selling is greedy. Selling is not a greedy thing. Like, you are allowed to make money doing your job. There is something huge. I don't know what's going on with nail technicians, but we seem to think that it's greedy if we're making minimum wage. We seem to think it's greedy if we just get by. No, you have invested heavily in your businesses. You have invested heavily in time and money in your businesses, and you have a great skill. You are allowed to make money from it, and people are not going to think you're greedy. And if they do, they are not the clients for you. As we've been found out this week from all the examples and things that I've given you, there are clients for every price range. So you might as well go for the ones that are going to pay you better. You are not being greedy by asking to get paid for doing your services. You are a business. If you can, I sometimes say to the girls in the Nail Business Success Club, like, imagine that you're an employee in your own business. Like, you know, would they let that person off having their nail art price? No. If you worked in a salon and their thing was that you need to retail and you didn't offer the retail to someone, you are not going to be able to keep your job. Like, you have to do these things. And this is how you're going to get to those 3 to 5K months. Like, selling is service. If you are not putting yourself out there, let's talk about it in terms of actually getting clients first of all. If you are not putting yourself out there to get new clients, then you are letting all the local ladies, or men, if you do men's treatments as well, you're letting all the local ladies and men go to inferior places on the high street and get cheap ass nail stuff done when they could be coming to you and having an exceptional service and getting to sit with you, amazing you, for only a few pounds more. If you can see it like that, and you cannot see it as, oh, well, I don't know why anyone want to come book with me. Why does anyone want to come and sit in my house getting their nails done? No one is going to book with you. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't see that you're worth it, no one else is going to too. So if you can feel into, like, go and grab some paper after this, like, do this as an extra bit of homework, like at the end, and write down like a ton of reasons. In fact, actually, this is one of our homework things. Like, why is someone going to come to you? What makes you so special? Like, you have to start feeling, I know we don't like to brag about ourselves and big ourselves up, But unfortunately, that is what marketing your business is. You have to see the positives in what you do and not focus on the negatives. You don't have to be a perfect nail technician to have clients. Just like, for example, let me give you an example of holidays, right? There are hotels, you could book your holiday abroad. There are hotels that are cheaper, that are not as good as the best, very, very high-end best hotels, right? So, but they still get bookings because there's different people for different things, right? It's okay. You don't have to be 5-star, perfect in order to say that you're good and to put yourself out there to get clients. And if you are letting people go to an inferior salon on your high street or wherever because you know that you're better than them, like, that's doing them a disservice, right? You're doing them a disservice if you are not putting yourself out there and getting them to come to you. Like, every time you shy away and you don't do your advertising that you wanted to do that day, every time you think, oh, well, I don't really know what to post, like, and if it's not perfect, I'm not doing it, you are doing a disservice to all the people that are in your area that would absolutely love to get their nails done with you, but don't because they don't currently know that you exist. And if you think about all of the women, like, that potentially could be your clients within even just a 1-mile radius of where you live. Like, there's probably, for most of us, even if we live in like small villages or something, thousands of people around us that could be potential clients. How many of them currently know that you exist? Very, very, very few. Because even with French and Drench, my business, I market it so much, and there's probably less than 5% of the people, probably even less than that, in a 1-mile radius of where I live that knew I existed, even though I did so much advertising and so much marketing. And so when you think of it like that, you can actually feel quite abundant about it because you're like, yeah, like, there are thousands of people that don't know I exist yet. What happens if they know I exist? They're more likely to book eventually. Like, and it doesn't even need to take that much time for a lot of people. Like, if they know you exist, they're going to want to come to you because you are offering something different to what everyone else is, hopefully. And if you don't, we'll be helping you with that within the MBSC. Okay, so that's like getting your clients in. The other thing that I see people feeling too greedy around, obviously pricing, which we've talked about quite a bit, retailing as well. I see so many people here, and I know that we don't retail. And we, again, are doing our clients a disservice by not retailing to them. So very teeny tiny, easiest example ever, cuticle oil when it comes to nails. Every single one of your clients should at least be buying cuticle oil from you at their first appointment. And they should be topping it up and rebuying it as soon as it runs out. You are doing your clients a disservice by not selling it to them. Because if you're not selling it to them, then their nails aren't going to last as long, their nails are going to get dry, and yet we think it's something that if we try and sell it, that it's going to, we're going to upset our clients. Rosanna, there's a lovely lady called Rosanna. I talked about her before, who runs Twin Oaks Beauty, and she has really transformed her business like over the last year or so since she's been in the Nail Business Success Club. And she is now retailing to nearly all of her clients. Her obviously spend per client has gone up, her profit has gone up, her revenue has gone up. And now, you know, and I hear this from other nail technicians and beauticians and stuff as well in the Nail Business Success Club, where they're like, I literally cannot believe how much money I've made in the time that I've worked. I've worked 3 hours today and I've made like 350 quid. Like, and that's the difference. This is how, like, one of those things is once you've got your mind around selling and realizing that you're not annoying your clients, you're doing them a service by giving them this stuff. Because what you'll find, and what we found, was most people, if I didn't sell something to them, eventually they'd be like, oh, look, I've been using this thing. I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I just sell it? Why didn't I just sell it to them? I just let them go and buy something horrific off the internet or something fake. Like, you know, it's our job to make sure that we supply our clients with what it is that they need. And it's not about being forceful with it. It's not about feeling icky. And yet when we know our products and when we know that actually this is going to be of real benefit to this person, they are way more likely, you're easier to sell it because you're not feeling icky around it. You actually feel like you're doing them a favor and you actually feel like it's part of your job in order to do it. Okay, anyone that thinks they don't have enough time to sell, or learn about selling, again, it comes down to priorities. How much do you want to have this 5K month? How much do you want to have this 3 to 5K month? How much do you want to live this epic life? Like, do you want to have that money like Laura Boucher-Walker had this summer to be able to pay for her 2 teenage girls and her husband to go to COS for 2 weeks? They went self-catering, they went out for dinner every night. Like, I saw many of her holiday snaps on Facebook, and she looked like she was having a great time. And she was able to do that because one, she'd invested herself, two, she'd sorted some money mindset stuff out, and she had literally turned her business around so that she earned thousands of pounds a month. And that has made a massive difference to her whole life. And we just can't say that we just don't have the time to do it. That just cannot be an excuse. Okay, and 4, this is another thing that I hear quite a few people say, and I think some of them popped up in the comments a little while ago, that it should just sell itself. If people want it, they'll just come and buy it and it should sell itself. Again, it's just not true. Things will not sell themselves. People have to see, if you think about anything that you've bought lately, there has been some kind of direct or indirect marketing that has led you to buy that product. Like on a supermarket shelf, it's positioned in the right place. That comes down to marketing. Maybe you saw an advert on the TV about it a month ago, subconsciously, and now you've purchased it. There's a pub that's just opened up about a mile or so away from my new house, and I think they put flyers through my door. They've been advertising on Facebook. There are banners up everywhere. Like, if they had not done that stuff, I would not know that they exist. And there are literally, if you could think of anything that you've bought over the last few days, week, have a think about how you came about buying that, and it will come back to advertising. It will come back to marketing. It will come back to price positioning on it. All of that comes down to marketing. Okay. Just gonna have a little sip of my water. So, do people feel like, after we've gone through some of the things, like the beliefs that we have around selling, that they feel like maybe a little bit more confident now that they can actually, it is okay for them to go out and actually do some advertising, and actually it is okay for you to sell stuff. It is okay for you to ask your clients for the full payment and not feel like because they've added something on that you should be discounting it now. That's an interesting one, Sarah. So Sarah said, I'm worried about having stock sat on shelves and not selling even though I promote it. So that's a scarcity mindset right there. Like, if you come at it with, I'm going to be buying this stuff and it's going to sit on the shelves for months and I'm wasting my money, then that is exactly what's going to happen. If you come at this with, I'm buying this, I'm going to buy a small lot of stock and I'm going to sell it before the end of October, and you put your all into selling it, you will sell it. And that's why, before I did this, before I was a nail technician, I worked at Trailfinders, which is a travel company. And I was in sales for a few years, like the first few years. And there were salespeople, some salespeople always were at the top of the selling figures every single month, and others were always at the bottom every single month. And it's because of their sales skills. It's because, and this again, it's something that you can learn. Like, we don't have to think, oh my God, well, I'm just not a salesperson. No one's really born a salesperson. Yeah, you can have a bit more confidence than someone else, but it comes down to learning. And just in French and Drench, when I had a team with us, some people would obviously be more naturally good at selling and some not. And so we had to put a process in place that made sure that everyone was selling, because otherwise, you can't have some people doing it and some people can't. And so I know it is something that you can learn. Okay. I want to dive in now to the 4 biggest mistakes that I see people making in their marketing. Let me just see some of the comments. My little nail room said, I feel like I need to start over again from the beginning, only with an existing client base I presume it's without an existing client base to upset. You're not going to upset anyone. Again, this isn't, you're not going to upset anyone. This comes back to, I guess, what we were talking about the other day as well, that we feel like because we have clients already that have been loyal to us and that use us, that we can't ever change our business, that we can't ever do anything new, that we can't change the way that we work. It is your business. You are allowed to run it how you want. It will be fear that's like this, right? So you're scared about telling people about the new price, or you're scared about suddenly retailing to people. I know it is definitely hard. Like I'm not hard. I'm not a hard person. Like I get that it's harder when we have existing clients because we have emotion attached to it. Like, I was speaking with Kayla the other day, and like Kayla, who's helping me with the chat, who's one of the client success coaches in the MBSC. She's also one of the MBSC grads. And she, she's like, yeah, I'm spouting to everyone else that they need to raise their prices, and I can't believe they're working mobile for only like £20, and yet here I am doing it myself. And we talked about it, and it was like, yeah, because there's emotion attached to it, right? There's emotion attached to your clients. I had it as well. We have fear around telling our existing clients that we're changing the way that we work because we're worried that they're going to leave us. We're worried that they're going to make us feel bad, that they're going to not like us anymore, that they're going to think we're greedy, and all of the other things that we've just gone through. And yeah, for some clients, that may happen because they've bought into you at this certain price. So for them, they're like, oh my God, like, why? But that doesn't mean that that's got to hold you back for the rest of your life. Like, this is your life. Like, you have one life to live. Do you really want to live it just so that you don't, like, in a way that's not your epicness, not the way that you want to live it, just because you're scared of upsetting a few other people that, chances are when you tell them and you talk to them properly, they're just going to be like, okay, yeah, it's fine. You were undercharging anyway. And if they're not, and this is the thing that we get, like, I'm going to tell you more about the Nail Business Success Club at the end, but like, this is the thing that we get from being in the Nail Business Success Club is the confidence to be able to do this, because you see everyone else doing it and everyone else succeeding, and realizing that when we up our prices, because Tanya had to go through all of this, right? I was talking about Tanya, who's the hairdresser and come now tech. She had to go through all of this. Like, she had that same thing of like, oh, well, I've got all of these clients. I'm actually fully booked with clients, but I'm not making enough money. It's not the way that I want to run my business. And so she had to, she had to have some difficult like conversations with people. Like, she had to get uncomfortable. But what that's meant a few months and a year on, it's not even a year, a few months on from that, because we had this conversation in January, is that she now is earning more money. She was able to get her kitchen done. She's able to live her epic life. She's able to work less, earn more. And that's because she went through that uncomfortableness. And that is what it takes. It's not necessarily going to be an easy ride, but it is possible, and you can come out the other side with a better business for it. Kayla, it's true. I was needed to swallow my own advice, but now I've upped my prices, and so far every client has been like, okay, yeah, exactly. It does happen a lot. Okay, so I want to share with you the 4 biggest mistakes I see people making in their marketing. So how are we doing for time? Good, we're doing good. So the first one is they are not ever asking for the sale, ever. Like, I have looked at a lot of your Facebook and Instagram pages over the last few weeks. When you sign up, I go and have a little look. And there is definitely not enough selling going on. And it's just like we said, and I call it passive marketing. So it's putting pretty pictures of nails up, great photos of nails, by the way. Some of you are absolutely incredible nail technicians and far superior to wherever I was. And I was an award-winning nail technician with an amazing business that turned over lots of money. So you can do this. You are fine to do this. But you're posting, let me know if this is you. You're posting, you are, oh, Tanya's watching, hi Tanya. You're posting, you are sharing photos of your work. You are trying to advertise, you are trying to put yourself out there. You're using Instagram, maybe you use Facebook as well, maybe you're choosing one of them. You're sharing into groups, but you're not getting any interaction. You're not actually getting any bookings, which is more important. Interaction, I do not really care about. It's more about the bookings that you're getting. Let me know if this is you. And I see it all the time, and there are literally the most beautiful nail photos that have not attracted one single client. And the main reason being is because we are not selling them anything. We are showing them some inspiration and we are not selling them anything. And I call it passive marketing because we're halfway there, but we haven't taken the actual step that we need at the end of it, of getting the client to take some action. So we just, look at those nails I did. End. The thing you need to do is add a call to action. The client, if you want someone to do something, if you want someone to book in, if you want someone to message you, if you want someone to buy something from you, you have to ask them to do it. Like, they are not going to do anything if you do not ask them to. People need that little bit of persuasion to do something. And it's not always, and this is one of the things we go through in the Nail Business Success Club, like, and obviously there is like literally all the stuff that I'm talking about this week is like literally at the tip of the iceberg, right? There is so much that goes into this, but adding a call to action is just the start of actually trying to get some clients that actually do take some action and actually book in with you. And yet 99.9% of the posts I see have no action taking involved at all for whoever it is that you're showing it to. The second thing I want to say is, and this is the second mistake that I see most people making in their marketing in nail and beauty industry, is that we are only being followed by other nail technicians and beauticians. And we're like, why is none of my marketing working? I'm putting myself out there all the time. I'm posting on my page every day. I've been doing this for months. I get lots of likes on my Instagram page, less on my Facebook page, and I'm not getting any bookings from it. It's like it's pointless. It just doesn't work. And then I go and look at their pages and I'm like, who's liking your stuff? Oh, nail tech, 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 beautician, 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 beautician. You are not going to get any clients if you are only followed by beauticians and nail technicians. Yet, listen to this, like, it just blows my mind. And I know I'm not telling people off for doing it. It's more, I just want to get it through to people that it's not helping your situation. When I put a post into the Nail Tech Tribe Facebook group, a follow post, I will get 300-400 comments on that post. 300-400 comments. That's 300-400 nail technicians that are wasting probably half an hour of their time every single time I pop that post up of following other nail technicians, because what they're after is instant gratification. We want to get instant gratification, and we get that because people like our stuff. This is why people love Instagram more than Facebook right now, because when they post on Instagram, it's an easy like, really, really easy like, and they're like, oh my God, I don't use Facebook anymore. I use Instagram. That's where I focus all my time on, because that's where I get the most love from. That's where I get the most likes from. But all your likes and all your love is from other nail technicians, and it really is not helping your business. The only reason it helps your business is if a new client does come and they see some social proof. And the social proof being, oh my God, this person's got 1,500 like people following them. That must mean they're good. But that is not going to get you clients. Like, you have to know how to attract actual paying clients to your Facebook pages, to your Instagram pages. And if you spend all your time focusing on how to attract other nail technicians, it is a waste of your time. And I would much, much prefer you to spend your time on actually learning how to attract new clients into your business and concentrate your figures, like in your head. I know we always say this in the Nail Business Success Club, that the results are revenue driven, profit driven, and new clients driven, and who's rebooking, not how many likes you got on a post and how much interaction you got on a post. How Georgia Hines it, that's fine. I'm gonna go tell you a little bit more about how you can get all of that information. Leanne said, this is so true. I feel crap if I don't get many likes, but likes don't pay the bills. Yeah, and it is something, I get it. Like, I get we want that instant gratification, because that's the time, we're in this day and age where we want instant results really, really quickly. But and it moves me kind of on to like the next point really, which is, the mistake that I see people making in their selling and in their marketing is that there is no strategy there. The strategy is just, I just want to get likes. And if I get likes, that must mean I'm going to get more clients. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. Like, you have to have a proper strategy in place. You have to know how to build awareness of your business, so the first step is building awareness. The second step is how to build that know, like, and trust with your audience so that they believe in you, so that they know you're the nail technician for them. And then the third part is converting. Yet most of us, we have no strategy at all in place, and we're literally just like, I'm just gonna post these pictures and hopefully someone will eventually book. We're basing our marketing at the moment based on luck and not on strategy. Okay. What did I want to go to now? I've lost my thing. There we go. And the other thing I want to say as well, I'm just going to take a little sip of my drink. I'm sorry, this is the worst squeaky bottle ever. Tanya said this, I have never worried about it. You are right. I need clients, not gratification from social media. Yeah, it's an easy thing to fall into. Like, we all want that. We all want that. Like, and this is the thing. It's not, I really don't want you thinking, oh, I'm doing everything wrong and this is all bad. It's just because you didn't know it yet. Like, I didn't know it. Like, it's not that we're wrong people, that we're bad, that we've done it all wrong and blah, blah, blah. It's just that we don't know it. That's why I have the Nail Business Success Club, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, so that you can learn all of this stuff. Because really what we've been going through, like the last 3 days, we've obviously still got tomorrow as well, this stuff is stuff that people don't know. And yet we fall into ego around it all the time. I do it as well. Of thinking, I know enough to get by, I don't need any help, I can do this all on my own. And we think that we have to do it all on our own, and that if we go and get help from someone, that it's like we're admitting that we don't know it all. You don't know it all, I don't know it all, no one knows it all, none of us are perfect. And we need that support and that guidance to move in the right direction. They're my favourite water bottles, I like to chew on them out. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad that you're aware of getting out of your anxiety. My little nail room. I think many of us post this way to remain active and within the Facebook feed. Yeah, but is it working? If it's working, brilliant. Then carry on doing it. I always say that in the MBSC as well. If you get something working, don't swap it. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about before we go into homework and to excitingly open the doors to the Nail Business Success Club for you is to talk about lifetime value of a client. So let me just get my notes up. Here we go. I'm using the will to live with these notes. There's like, I don't know, I had like literally about 40 pages of notes for this challenge. How are we doing for time? We're doing good, fabulous. Okay, so the other thing that we struggle with when it comes to selling is that we don't think about the lifetime value of our client. So we think of our clients in terms of the money that we take when we do one treatment with them. And because a lot of us lack that confidence for rebooking and getting people to come back, like for some of us, it's just that one-off client. And we don't have the confidence to ask for the rebook. We don't have those people coming back time and time and time again. And so we fall into this trap of actually completely forgetting something that's called the lifetime value of a client, or we may not even have ever thought about it before. And the thing is that when we think about investing in our businesses, investing in ourselves, this could be through marketing. I know like some of you might have done Facebook ads before. You've probably done them and been like, oh, that didn't work, because it does take a certain type of thing in order to do them. But we might invest, we might think, oh, well, I need some flyers, but I haven't got the money to buy the flyers. I need some business cards, don't have the money to buy business cards. Everything costs money. This is just really terrible. Like, I can't do this. And then we give up. We have to think of it in terms of the lifetime value of a client. So with French and Drench and with many of the girls in the Nail Business Success Club now, we get to a stage where we have at least a 90% rebook rate. So we have clients that come to us, we get them booked in, they come to us, and 90% or more of them rebook. Some we have almost 100% rebook rate. You're never going to get all of them, because some people literally are just coming for a one-off set. But what we want is you attracting clients that want to come back every 2 to 3 weeks, because that is what's going to make your life easy. That's what's going to make your business easy. And that is what's going to help you move forward to have those 3 to 5K months or beyond. Because for many of us, we're heading to October soon. We're going to start October at pretty much zero, with not many clients booked in, because we didn't ask for the rebook. We're just hoping that people come, and we're not taking the action that we need to in order to actually earn 3 to 5K or more. And when we start thinking about the lifetime value of a client, and we realize that if we have a client, if we get really good at rebooking, if we get really good at attracting clients and rebooking them and getting the right types of clients into our business, that when we rebook them, they're going to come back every 2 to 3 weeks. That client, even if they only ever book nails, don't ever have any pedicures, you don't do any other things, because there's lots of people that, like me, I only did like nails and feet. I didn't do any other beauty treatments for the first few years. And those people can be worth like up to £700-800 a year with you. And that's just one person. And so when we look at how much it costs to get a new client into our business, we can do it organically, which means free, through posting into Facebook groups, posting on our page, like all of that stuff. But actually, we can speed it up through investing in our businesses. So learning about how to actually do the marketing in the beginning. So like joining the Nail Business Success Club or another thing that you can learn your marketing from, that is an investment, because you only need one client really to start coming regularly for you to have made all your money back on that. And yet for a lot of us, we're like, oh my God, well, I'm not going to buy £100 worth of flyers, or I'm not going to do this because one, we're thinking pessimistic about it. Oh, well, I might not get anyone. But also we're thinking, well, even, you know, oh, I need 5 new clients to get £100 back. Say if you only charge £20. And you're like, I need 5 new clients from my 100 flyers in order to get my money back. But that just isn't true. You need 1 new client who comes back 5 times. And when we look at it like that, it becomes much, much easier for us to invest in our businesses. And when we invest, that is when we grow. That is how you move quicker through this process. Like, that is how it doesn't take you 2 to 3 years to grow on word of mouth itself. And that is what makes all the difference. Louise said, never knew you could read minds. I'm people say this to me all the time. They're like, especially in the Nail Business Success Club, they're like, you've literally just read my mind. Like, how do you always know the perfect thing to say at the right time? I'm nearly ready to just jack it all in because you need so much money to set everything up. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about yesterday, right? Like, you are allowed to invest in your business. Like, you have to, really, you have to. Like, it's very unusual for you to be able to start a business on absolutely nothing. Like, and the bare minimum, really, you know, to get a nail business going, you need a few £100 for training, you need a few £100 to get your kit set up. But that is the very, very bare minimum. For most of us, we're going to need about 1,500, I would say, to actually get properly set up and done. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you need to just do it a bit at a time if you can't afford to just get everything all in one time. And it's about having that constantly, that positive attitude. Whenever you have that little devil coming up on your shoulder saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, that's not for you, like, you know, no, go away, I don't listen to you, we're not moving that. It was really sad yesterday because I really had some sad news about a nail tech that's in this group and in the Nail Business Success Club who sadly passed away, which is really, really shocking because she's young and lovely, and it just made me think, like, that there is just, we only have one life. And, you know, it's just so important to not listen to that little devil that's telling you you can't do it, because this isn't a dress rehearsal for your life. Like, this is it. And you don't want to get to the end of it and not have realised your dreams. And luckily for this nail technician, she had realised her dreams and she had an amazing business, and she was an incredible nail technician. And she'd helped, you know, I've heard lots of amazing stories about her over the last, like, 12 hours since I found out. And, you know, and lots of people saying how helpful she was and how lovely she was and how much she'd done. And I just think, like, that's, you know, she would be so proud now if she could see and hear about all these things. And it just makes you think, doesn't it, that you can't carry on listening to that negative thought, and that it's your life and you've just got to push through and keep going for it. So Dee said, it took me 3 years to get all my kit. Yeah, and it took me a long time as well. Like, my mum used to get her nails done with me, used to give me £15, and I used to go and buy another shellac colour, and she actually chose it as well. So I didn't even get to choose the one she was doing. Kayla, I did the same, went against all advice that I was supposed to protect me, and now I'm a successful business owner. Yeah, like, Kayla, this is the thing. We have to take brave decisions. We have to do things that are uncomfortable and step out of our comfort zone. Okay, homework for the day, and then I want to tell you all about the Nail Business Success Club, because I'm very excited to be opening the doors again, because we haven't had them open for a few months, and I know I've had lots of conversations with people that have said that they are joining already, and I know they want to find out more about it and get the price and everything like that, so I want to go into all of that with you. But I also want to tell you about day 3 homework, so please make sure that you do it, because it is so important that you keep taking action, that you keep doing this. So for anyone that doesn't have the workbook here, if you let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure we tag you in the workbook thing. And also, if you haven't signed up for the challenge with your email address, you need to do that so that we can send you the workbook. So make sure that you do that. Again, let me know in the comments if you want to, if you don't have the link. And then lovely Pat, who is our admin assistant here at the Nail Tech Tribe. We need a better name than admin assistant for sure, but she helps with all the amazing, like, back of like, house stuff. And Kayla's here as well, who can help, like, tag you in stuff. Okay, so day 3 homework, I want you to write down 2 reasons why someone should book in with you. This is going to help you. The reason we're doing this is going to help you to build that confidence. In the end, I want you to have 100 reasons why someone will book in with you. There is no, like, coming up with these and knowing this is going to really, really help you to be able to be able to put yourself out there and to stop doing that passive marketing and to really believe that you are doing people a service by offering your services to them. And then this next one, write out an example. Let me see that. Write out an example of a call to action you can add to the end of your social media posts. There are many call to actions that you can do. So this is about you getting your clients to take some kind of action to move forward, whether that is some kind of interaction with you, some kind of like with you, or to actually book with you, or to contact you for any reason. Okay. I would love for you to write down right now in the comments what your biggest takeaway is from today so far, while I tell you about the Now Business Success Club. Let me just grab my notes up about it. So, I want to firstly tell you like who the Now Business Success Club is for. So it's really for three kind of types of people. So first of all, it's for any nail technicians or beauticians who don't have enough clients and that aren't already turning over 5K a month. But there's kind of three types within that. Firstly, in fact, before I go into those types, firstly, it's really for people that work from home, that work mobile, or rent a space in someone's salon. Most salon owners, like if you have a salon with staff, you're probably already turning over 5K. So if that's you, massive, massive congratulations, like a massive, massive well done. The Now Business Success Club is for those of us that we're mainly sole traders. There are a couple of people in there that have a team, but we're wanting to hit those 5K months and we are wanting more clients and we're wanting to do it with more ease. So I'm going to read some of your things out in just a minute once I've just told you a little bit about the Now Business Success Club. It's for three types of nail technicians. Firstly, for new nail technicians. So if you are brand new to the industry and you are just starting your business, then it is a great, great time to come and join the Now Business Success Club, because it means that you're going to get everything set up in place and ready so that you're not having, you know, like some of the people in here right now are like, oh, you know, I need to like start again with my business. I need a new set of clients. You are not going to be making the mistakes that you have where you're charging too little. You're not having the confidence to get the rebooks and all of those things that are happening, and actually being able to set your business up in the first place in the right way so you're not having to backtrack and have all this stress of trying to change things around. It's also for experienced nail technicians. So as I've been talking about Tanya and a ton of other people that are in the Now Business Success Club already, that are already established. So you're already running your businesses, but if you're not where you want to be financially in it, so you're not having those 5K months yet, or you are, so you might be busy and not earning the money, or it might be that actually you've been going a while, but you're just not really ever got going with it. Like maybe life got in the way a little bit, kids, like COVID, all those other things, and you haven't started going, like really started going for it and actually getting fully booked with the clients that you want. Maybe you have more stress in your business, people are cancelling all the time, your business seems quite stressful. Again, Now Business Success Club is going to help you with that. And then the third type of person is whether you're experienced or brand new. Like if you're not having as much confidence as you want, if you're the type of person at the moment who isn't putting themselves out there, who isn't able to sell, who isn't able to retail, like one of the biggest things we find from people in the Now Business Success Club is the confidence. So they're like, oh my God, like, yeah, my business has exploded and my business has got so much better. Like Lauren Bailey was on here before. I'm not sure if she's still on here, but she was saying, the other day that she had a target of getting 30 new clients within her first 3 months of being in the Now Business Success Club, and she's done it, and she's done it in less than 3 months, and she's over the moon. She's like, it's just transformed her life. And she's like, I only do nails, like I don't do like all of these other treatments. I can't remember if she's at home or mobile, unfortunately, but she's done amazing in such a short space of time. And you know, other people are like, you know, yeah, I've got all of these clients, but the main thing that I've got is the confidence, and actually that overspills into your normal life as well, right? Like what we teach. Oh, Lauren is there. Maybe you can share your experience, Lauren, of what's happened over the last few weeks. We're interviewing Lauren in a few days, which is really, really exciting. Pat, if you could write down any questions that people have, and actually don't send them through to me because I'm on my phone, aren't I? On here. But I'll go back through and answer any questions and things that people have. Now, how it works, when you join, you get access to the client magnetization method, which has over 100 trainings in it. Now, this is a step-by-step proven system. It's a system that I followed in order to get my business to have over 800 clients in it. It's a system that I have made from doing probably, tens of thousands of pounds of different marketing trainings and mindset stuff. And I've taken out all the stuff that we don't need as now local businesses, as now technicians. And we have a step-by-step process. And there's 3 parts to this. The first part is build belief. The second part is magnetization. And the third part is earn with ease. Now, the build belief section consists of, so it's probably the smallest part of the training, but this is where we build your confidence up. Make sure that you're set up for success and your business is set up for success, so that you're not having any issues further down the line of it being incredibly stressful and not having the right policies and processes and things in place and not having the right mindset in place. So this is about building your confidence up. Then the magnetize section, this is where we teach you exactly like the step-by-step, because I know like this week we have gone through so much stuff in probably like the 5 hours that we've had together, but it really is just the tip of the iceberg. And if you want the complete like proven like method of exactly how to do it, like that's what you'll get in the client magnetization method. So when people are like, I get that I need to do my branding, but I don't really know where to start with it. If you're not really too sure how to figure out who your niche is, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow, what your unique selling points are, what to actually put on your Facebook pages, how to actually use Instagram to get actual paying clients and not just other nail technicians following us, and how to drive traffic to your website. If you haven't got a website, we teach you how to make your own. Everything that you need. We have masterclasses set up. They're like videos, basically. Pretty much all of them are videos, and you can work through them at your own time. And you get lifetime access to that when you sign up. And then alongside that, so that's that. And then we've got the earn with the ease section, the third section, which is basically where we start automating the process for you, so that you're not having to have like, dude, oh my God, there's like a pretty much a naked man just walked past in his pants. How weird. That's really bizarre. It's really thrown me. Yeah, the earn with ease section. That's where we start transforming you from probably being at those 2 to 3K bits up to those 5K pluses, and really start making your life easier, so you're not having all the hassle and all the work alongside it. Because as you obviously get busier with nail appointments, you're going to have less time to do your advertising and marketing, and so we want your business to work really well for you. And this isn't a cookie cutter approach. Like, this is an approach that works for, I think we've had about 450 nail techs through the Nail Business Success Club already. And it's been amazing to see their transformations. And they all have different lives. They all have circumstances. Like, the stories that I hear of people's backgrounds and where they've come from and where they've got to, but even as they're joining us, blow me away. Like, their determination, their tenacity to keep at this, and the strength that they have, blows me away. And I'm all the girls that are in the Nail Business Success Club we're like a family there, and we are there to support each other. It's highly, highly supportive, a highly positive group, and we're all about getting you the results. So this is a results driven program, right? This isn't just come in, join it, watch the trainings on your own and go on your merry way. This is about us supporting you on the journey, and we all do this together. And Inga, who I'm also going to interview this week, she's just someone who's she had been watching on the sidelines. She'd done a number of free trainings with me before she decided to join. She decided to come and join the Nail Business Success Club in April. One of the other girls, actually in the MBSC we call it, had done an amazing post that was getting a great response on pedicures. We share that in there. Inga was able to take that inspiration from that post, popped it up. She's been fully booked all summer. She's I've got booked out till Christmas. She's this has absolutely changed my life. And if only I'd done it sooner and joined when I first joined, I would have already been earning my 5K months. And yet she let a whole year pass before she decided to come and join us and to take that step. Because the thing is that if you are currently, wherever you are in your business, if you're wanting to change it, you are going to have to do something different. You are not going to be able to just keep doing the same things and hoping that you're going to get where you want to be. It's not about hoping anymore. It's about taking a step in the right direction, taking the action that you need to, so that you can go and live your dreams, right? And have that epic life. So, like I was saying, it's results driven. I've nearly finished, by the way, for those of you hopefully you're excited to hear about it. But yeah, alongside so you get instant access as soon as you sign up to the whole of the client magnetization method, which is inside our online training area, and that you just take steps on at your own time. You can work through that. You'll get lifetime access to that when you sign up. And then alongside that though, which is just as important, if not more, is the support that you get. So when you join, you get access to our Facebook group. This isn't just any old Facebook group. Like in here, we've got 185 other nail technicians and beauticians in there at the moment. And we're here to support you. Every Tuesday, we have something called Tuesday Question Thread, where you can ask any questions that you have. We do Facebook audits for people. We look at the work that they're doing. We check out your websites if you've been building one. Like if you've got any problems, because this is the thing, you will come in and you will learn a lot, and you are gonna have questions alongside it. And this is why I didn't just set it up as a cheap course that you can just take yourself and go and do and not ask any questions, because I know you're gonna need the support, and that's why we've set it up the way that we have. So alongside the magnetization method, you get 6 months of support inside the Nail Business Success Club. So when you do it, you get instant access to the Facebook group, and then with that, not only do we have the Tuesday Question Thread, we also every week, which is so invaluable, is we have our success session calls. Now these are a Zoom call that we do each week. There are some days in the daytime, some in the evening, so that we can make sure that everyone can catch 1 or 2 a month. And you can come on, and literally, if you are needing coaching through something, like this is how Kayla put her prices up another £5 the other week, because she came to a coaching call, and then the day after she gave herself a £600 a month increase, pay rise, right? And this is the difference. This is how people transform their businesses. It's not like the trainings are great on their own, but it's having that support, because we know when we're in business, we have a ton of questions. Like we always have so many questions. We're not sure the right things to do. Sometimes we know what it is that we want to do, but we don't have the confidence to go out and do it. And that is what it's going to give you. Like we're going to be there to support you through the hard times, give you a kick up the butt when you need it. If you're like, oh, I'm not working, and I'm like, are you taking action? Are you actually doing the things that you need to be doing? Have you watched your trainings? Are you actually doing the things that we teach? And we give you the kick up the arse when we need it, and we give you love and support when you need it as well. Now, when you join, there is a special offer for all of you that are watching today and tomorrow. So if you sign up before Thursday, the 23rd of September, so tomorrow night, alongside everything that we include, Pat, can you pop the link up on the page so people can, there's basically a sign up page, so you can click on there. It's got all the price. I'm going to tell you that in just a minute as well. It's got the price. If you want to pay in installments, you can, to make it easier so that you're able to join. But if you sign up before tomorrow night, there are a ton of bonuses that you're going to get. So we open the doors a few times a year. So they're open from today, right now, right through until the 1st of October, which is next Friday night. After that, the price is going up. So if you want to join, I would highly, highly recommend joining before next Friday. When you join, you are going to get access to everything that I've just said, plus you're going to get some amazing bonuses worth over £400 as well. We have our festive and fully booked masterclass, which is one of the bonuses, which is obviously perfect timing for having that. So if you're looking to go into Christmas fully booked and be able to keep that going into the new year, that masterclass is going to be super helpful. We have an Instagram masterclass as the bonus as well this time, because Instagram wasn't something that I actually used during my client magnetization method and in growing it, but I know how important it is to people and how much they love it. So we've got that in there. We have a brand new De-Stress Your Nail Business mini course that's being uploaded next week, which you'll have free access to as well if you sign up. And another brand new thing, which are 10 quick steps to obtain the easy bookings, which we're holding in a couple of weeks as well, and you'll get access to all of that. Now, as a special bonus for those of you that have been watching the challenge live with me, for anyone that signs up before tomorrow night, so 23rd of September, you will also get a free one-to-one with me, which you can take at any time during your 6 months in the program. So this is worth £97 on its own. So that is like, and honestly, I know I've said about Amy's thing, but there are a ton of people that literally, and like I know Tanya Jeskins is another one, who have these and they literally changed their business like crazy. Louise has a great question. Let me just tell you about the pricing. So the price of the whole thing, so you get access to everything immediately, is $549. But we do have an option where you can pay over 6 months. Now, Louise Jenkins just said, I have really bad credit and I never get accepted for the monthly instalment plans. There is no thing. It's not done through a third party, it's through us. So we're just allowing you to pay over 6 monthly instalments to us. So there's no credit check, anything involved. It's just you can choose to pay over 6 months as opposed to paying up front. And to do that, you literally just need to click on the link that I think Pat and Kayla hopefully have put that up for you. If you click on that link, head over there. And yeah, if you sign up for tomorrow night, to all of those that are like, yeah, fast action, I'm going to do this, I'm committed to doing this, I want to take this to the next level, go over there, sign up. If you have, I'm going to go back through the questions and things as well, but if anyone does have any questions, they're not sure if it's for them, I've talked too quickly and they don't understand it fully, please feel free to send me a personal message. Let me know your circumstances, whereabouts you are. And I can honestly, this is not about forcing people into a decision to come and join us. This is there for those that want to take that step with us, those that have enjoyed the challenge, that have got a lot from it, that have kind of, realised that maybe they don't know everything that there is to know, and that there is like a way to get through this, because we have lots of people that, and it upsets me, they're like, I want to join, but they're too scared to come and join us because they're like worried that they're going to waste their money. They're worried that they're going to join up and they're not going to get the results. And I can promise you, we're here to help you get that. Like, there's 2 other success session coaches as well. Zoe Parsons joined, congratulations. There's 2 other success session coaches where we are there to support you. Like, if you join, if you commit to this, I promise you I'm committing to you as well, and I'm going to get you where you want to be. Because, and this is the thing, like this morning, this Kaylee over in the Now Business Success Club, she's like, oh, I feel like I'm having my worst month ever. People keep cancelling, not sure what to do about my cancellation conditions. And I'm like, and she's like, okay, well, you can come and have your one-to-one with me. You've still got your one-to-one to have with me. I can get her booked in and I can make sure that she's on the right path and that she's getting the results that she wants. Because I am a real person. Like, hopefully you've realised over the last few last few days, that I'm not here to scam you. I'm not here to just like get money off you. The reason that we have this set up like this is because I know, and we used to do it on a month by month basis, which we don't do anymore, because I know this isn't about you just learning how to get a couple of clients and going on your merry way. This is about you living your epic life. Like, this is about you having enough clients so that you could get fully booked. So that you have the clients that come back every couple of weeks, that they are the right type of clients for you, and that they're the clients that are going to make your life easy, not hard. Andrea said, I'm not scared to join. I know we'll learn a lot, but there are no funds for that. And this is the thing, is that we have, and Kayla, maybe you should come and share your story, because there are so many people. I'm not saying get into debt on this at all. Like, everyone is in their own situation and it's up to you whether you want to come and join us or not. But we have many people that say they don't have the money and then do end up finding the money and coming and joining us. There are ways, if you want to do this, can you get yourself going to get some clients in so that you can come and join us before the deadline? Like, there is always a way if we want it. And it is about priorities and about what we choose is important to us. And like, I know when I signed up with my last coach, and the price for that was, I think it was like 3,000 or something when I signed up for her. I was in debt and I really didn't have the money, and I was very, very, very nervous to do it, but I trusted in her and she really helped me to take my business to the next level. And that's why I believe in coaching so much. And that's why I know, and why I can sit here really confidently and tell you about the Now Business Success Club and charge the money I can, because I know it gets people results and I believe in it 100%. And I know it can help every single one of you that decides to sign up. So Tracy said, does it help you to learn the way to make your posts? I'm awful with technology. Yeah, so we teach, I'll do a little run through probably in a couple of days, but if you want to join before then, let me just run through like what you get. So with the client magnetization method, like some of the things, I can't go through everything that we teach you, but like branding is a big one. We teach you, like, there's a masterclass called Supercharge Your Facebook Following. So we tell you exactly what to put on your Facebook page. We have templates for you. So if anyone's tried Facebook ads and they're like, I can't get Facebook ads to work, we teach you exactly what to do, but we give you templates as well. So you can literally like change like the words in it and pop them up. We tell you exactly what images to use. We tell you what to do if things aren't working, which is incredibly important. So if you, which happens, it happens to all of us, happens to me in my business, everyone's business. We go, we learn things, we do things, and they don't always work first time. It's like, well, what do I do now? And if I only sold you the course without the support, it would be cheaper, but you would then be stuck. And I don't want you to have a course that isn't going to get you the results. So that's why it's priced at what it is, so that we can help you and support you to get where you want to be. Kayla said I had to borrow the money from my dad as I was in a lot of credit card debt. I paid up front, didn't tell my dad why I wanted this. Yeah, and I know Kayla, obviously, and then I think it was within like a few weeks after you'd paid him back the whole amount, which was amazing. Okay, so if anyone has any questions about that at all, I really hope that you've got a lot from today. We went through so much again in terms of the selling, in terms of marketing, and this is what I was saying at the start. If you listen to this and you take as much as you can from it, honestly, it can really, really transform your payday. Thomas just reading Thomas thing there. It can really transform your business just from what we're talking about in the free challenge. Without the Nail Business Success Club, it really can make a difference. But if you're wanting to really fast track the results and to have this continued support, because I know for a lot of you, you're like, yeah, I feel great this week. I've woken up with a hop in my step and I feel like I'm taking more action. This is what we keep you doing inside the Nail Business Success Club, because for many of us, we'll take the action when we've got someone there telling us to do it and we're inspired. But what happens in a few weeks when you're not feeling like that anymore? And this is about you making continuous action. And just like when you go to the gym, and, if you go to the gym for 4 days, you go and do your hours workout every morning for 4 days, you're not then buff. You're not beach body ready, all good to go, never got to go to the gym anymore. This is a constant improvement. This is a constant work in progress. And as we don't want to fall into ego and be like, oh, well, I know it all now. I can just go off on my merry way and everything's going to be fine. We're all kind of clever enough to know that isn't the way that things tend to work, and that we do need that constant support. So if you are wanting that, even though this challenge, you can take so much from it, if you are wanting that further support and really the step-by-step on how to get to 5K months, then please have that bravery and come and join us. And if you want to ask any questions at all, just send me a PM. I'm around all day. You can send us an email at hello@nailtechtribe.com. But don't forget to do your homework as well. And then tomorrow we have epic clients for an epic life. Epic clients for an epic life tomorrow. And this is, again, with each day this week, we've been talking about a different marketing principle and big level stuff. This is not like the tactic stuff, this is big level. If you do not know how to attract your epic clients, then obviously you are going to struggle to attract them. Let me just see if anyone's got any questions at all. Heather, once I pay the membership, is this a yearly membership thereafter or every 6 months? No. So what happens is when you sign up, so if you choose to pay up front, it's just one payment. That's it. You get 6 months access to the support, but you get lifetime access to the members area and all of the trainings. And then if you're wanting to carry on after the 6 months, you can join our grad program, but we'll talk about that way later in the program. But it's not a continual membership now or a continual thing. It's when you join now, it's a 6 month program. If you choose to do the 6 monthly payments, the same thing. You'll just get the 6 monthly payments taken out and then they stop. It is a 6 monthly thing. This isn't just I'm just going to come in for a month and everything's going to be, and then I'm going to take what I can and I'm going to leave. This is a 6 month program, and that's why we ask you to commit to the 6 months, and we share it out over 6 months if you want to. Andrea said I plan to sign up, but I'll need to wait till next week. That's fine. You can do that. What is the saving to sign up now? So when you sign up now, if you sign up before tomorrow night, you are going to get the free one-to-one with me. And I cannot stress how amazing this is and how much this can really, really help you. You can buy them as extra if you want, but they're £97. And so you'll get one of them for free, and you can use that at any point during your 6 months inside the MBSC, and you'll basically you'll be able to go online, choose a time and date that you want, click it, booked in, and then it's all scheduled with me, and we can spend that time diving into your business. It's probably a good idea. Some people have them at the start as soon as they join to get that oomph and just going. Other people choose to have it kind of a few months in, once they've done some of the trainings and got a bit more understanding and confidence of things. Thanks, Anita. I had you written down here, Anita. Look, because I saw one of your posts earlier. It said, Anita, in 1 week, picked up 5 new clients in her first week of being in the Nail Business Success Club. So that pays out the cost immediately. Because if you get 5 new clients and they are all, you only need 1 new client coming regularly, like I was saying, in order to have paid back your investment. So it is really is a no-brainer. Anyway, have an amazing day. If you have any questions, shoot them at me. Otherwise, I will see you all same time tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye.